Okay, Susan, what we're going to do now, I'm gonna move off. We're gonna drive around, okay, yeah. So we're gonna do the basically turning left, right on junction, Susan, okay. And then so my problem was changing gears, not good timing, yeah, and also my maybe speeding was okay. And then the level of help that you asked me that earlier, I said, okay, guide me through it. So I need your help on that one, okay? So the main practice on this one is that we're going to learn how to do feedback during session, okay? So when we do guiding, of course, we're going to feedback and then move to the prompting, and then when we do prompting, we're going to feedback between that prompting and if it's, you know, if your learners are ready, of course, we're independent driving, so then we move into the independent driving. Are you happy with that?
I am, yes.
Yeah. Any questions?
No.
Yeah. So I'm just going to drive on. Okay. So that you've done the recap and everything sorted. Yeah. Risk and responsibility is shared and so on. Okay. So we're just working on the feedback during the session.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever you're ready. Okay. So like as soon as I move off, so that I'm not role playing yet. Okay.
Good. So I'm going to tell you off.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm on the game now. Okay. Then, yeah.
Okay.
Turning left next road.
So Shiran, we're going to take the next road on the left. You can see what's happening ahead of us at the moment. So have you checked your centre mirror, right mirror? Is it clear for you to overtake? Oh, he's moving now.
I'm waiting for that car.
So you can see where the turning is, where that red car has just come out. Yeah, the red learning scope. So I'm going to turn left. So I want you to check your centre mirror and left mirror.
Yeah.
Make sure it's clear. So remember, our speed was an issue. So it's signal left, just down. Brake to slow down, 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Is this good speed?
That's good speed now. Into second gear.
Okay.
Up with the clutch. Make sure we checked right. Into your road. Start to steer now. That's good. A little bit more. And hold the steering, straighten it up, check your mirror. That was good, nice speed. Did that feel comfortable?
Thank you, yeah.
Okay, so we see we've got the parked car ahead, so we're centre mirror, right mirror, making sure we're giving them sufficient speed. And then we're going to turn left at the end of the next road.
Okay.
So I want you to check your mirror, left mirror, and move back in. I want you to brake to slow down, it's feeling a bit fast. Into second gear on your approach. And clutch back up, look to the right, can you see?
Yeah.
So we make sure we check into the road, signal left, you have to like that. Position, round, that's good. Straighten it up and check your mirror. So we're going a little bit fast on the approach, but we brought the speed down, we recognise that.
Okay.
So that was good, so you've checked your mirror before you've overtaken, that's really good.
We're just going to circle around left, yeah? If you don't know where we're going, so you can ask me then.
Okay, so we're going to take the next road on the left, so we're going, so mirror signal left.
Just come out road plate.
Sorry.
This is dead end.
Oh, right,
It's just very end.
Oh, the end, sorry.
Left, because it's all cul-de-sac, this one's on.
Yes, I can see that on the map there.
Alright, okay.
So we were going a little bit fast on that one, so we need to make sure we get our speed down a little sooner.
Okay.
So we're going to turn left at the end of the road. So mirror, left mirror, signal left to slow down. We look at the junction, it looks closed, so we're going to go into first gear. Checking left, right and left. And left and right again, is it clear?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? So back on your gas.
Okay.
Corner. Just nice and slowly until you've got your car straight. And you've checked your mirror going around the corner. How did that one feel?
Better.
Okay, so we're just going to pull up on the left for a moment. We'll just have a chat about those last three.
Okay.
That's good. Probably should set a safe space. Normally do, yeah. Very sure. So obviously our initial problem was we were coming up to them at slightly faster speed than we needed to, and your gear change, we're unsure about those.
Okay.
How do you feel about them now?
I think I feel better. I didn't know I have to slow down that much before I turn. Yeah.
And what do you think? So what happens, you think, if you're going too fast coming up to your junction? What do you think the dangers could be?
Less time to react in that corner. Yeah.
And what else do you think?
There could be pedestrians there.
couple of pedestrians there, and it doesn't give us time to do our full observation to make sure it's clear.
Yeah.
So you're still going a little bit fast to them.
Yeah.
Although I was guiding you through them,
Yeah.
it didn't seem to be your normal reaction to start slowing down. I don't think you
Yeah.
fully recognised that you're going too fast. Would I be right in thinking that, or did you feel like you're going at the right speed and then I told you to slow down, or did you feel you're going too fast?
I think I was going a little bit fast, yeah. And you told me to slow down at that point. And I feel like,
Do they feel safer now, do you think?
yeah.
More under control?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
so I've done that I've guided you through those, so I've talked you all the way through them. So
Okay.
I'm going to go and do those again. Now, do you want
Yeah.
me to guide you through them again, or do you feel like you've got a bit more information that you could try them with me prompting you, just asking you questions to get the right answer? So which do you think would benefit you now?
Maybe prompt me this time?
Okay, so we'll have a go at that, and as long as that's working well, I'll also prompt you through some junctions.
Okay.
Yeah, again, if I do need to give you more help, I will do.
Okay.
Okay,
Then.
so obviously, as ever, we're sharing our risks and responsibilities on there.
Right, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
shall we have a go at that? You ready?
Yeah,
You
sure.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay then. So
Just come out of the role play. Do you have any questions?
damn, I usually ask questions all the time, don't I? Any questions?
It's good to ask that. It just makes us
Yeah.
happy, Do you have any questions? So you can get that
Yeah,
good mark.
absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, back to the role play now.
Yeah, that'll be written on
Yeah.
my other hand.
So okay, I'm moving off now. Then. Yeah. Okay.
So just move off when you're ready and it's safe to do
Okay.
so. That's really good. So we're
Take it extra to the left.
it is there. So I'd like to take the next road on the left. So what do we need to do?
Check my mirrors.
Yeah. What else do we need to do? How do we tell cars where we're going?
Signal, yeah.
What's the speed we need to get?
It's about 10 to 15.
Yeah. And then what's the gear for the corner?
Second, yeah.
Yeah. Where do we look?
Look where I'm going.
And to our right.
Oh, yeah.
And ahead.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Nice. Constant speed round the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. How did that feel? That's
Pretty
good.
good, yeah.
We'll have
Yeah.
another go.
Okay.
Seem to be fine with the prompting.
Thank you.
That's good. So you can see we've got the road at the end. At the end of the road, we're going to turn left.
Left, okay.
So what do? We come here, give our signal.
Oh, yeah.
So is it an open or closed junction?
I think it's open junction.
Okay, so that's correct gear.
Yeah. Can go.
What's our
just
observation?
go there.
And we need to look back to the right though, didn't we? There, because we looked right and we looked left and we forgot to look right again.
Oh, okay.
Just to
Sorry.
do our double check. That's okay. So we'll just apply it on the next one.
Okay. The end of the road again. Same. Just we're going circle around.
Okay. So we can see the end of the road coming up there, and we're going to turn left at the end of the road. So what do we need to do? Okay.
Check my mirrors.
Yeah, and then how do we indicate?
Now
Yeah.
indicate left.
Speed and gear, open or closed junction. So remember second gear before the junction, or we have a look at it now and do we look? It's closed, so we're going to first.
First, yeah, I count this.
And then remember observation right, left and right. Right again before you go,
sorry.
that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Just come out of the rope like quickly. I'm just gonna pull up on
Yeah.
the left in here. Okay. Now, I know we're doing, of course, we're doing the feedback. Yeah. How do you feel about feedback so far? Anyway, we stop there, we chat about things, and we move on to this one.
Didn't really sort of praise you particularly when you did things well, and I probably needed to get you
Yeah.
give you instruction a bit sooner there because we were a bit late with a few things and I didn't have time to get in.
Yeah. So it was when you said don't have time. Which one was it? Tell me about it.
I think because when I was asking you questions, I needed to start a little bit sooner because it's longer
prompting.
with your prompting.
Yeah.
To prompt you to go, what do we need to do now? I perhaps need to be a bit more
Yeah.
specific with the,
Yeah.
what gear do we want, like I did on the first one.
Yeah.
the second time I should probably say, what mirrors do we look in rather than what do we need to do and what gear do we need and what speed. I was probably a little bit vague.
And other things was like, of course, you prompt needs to be a little bit earlier than that, because what happens if you don't prompt early enough?
They don't have time to do it, and
then they again.
You don't have time to take over action so well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now the observation was, okay, when I was turning left on the open junction, I didn't look to my right, and I didn't do it. Nearly not doing it again here because you pushed me to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. Okay. Now, do you think they should have talked about a bit risk and consequences?
Yeah, when we pull over,
Yeah, okay, yeah. So when you do the, you can chat on the movie there, okay, yeah, and then of course talk about if they do like twice already now. My lens are doing twice now already. I'll definitely pull them now. So I don't, because they have a go again.
Yeah.
Have a go again. Of course, I'm listening to you now. I'm looking, yeah, but maybe you need to talk about a little bit more about danger and consequences with them. Why they're not looking, you go through the core competences, of course.
Yes.
So when we do the feedback, of course, during session, it was good. Okay, that consequence actually is the same as the feedback is. Okay, of course.
Yes.
So you can link together. Yeah. So so what the risks are, why you're not looking. Find out why you're not looking. Okay, and then you just find a solution and stuff like that. So when you go around again.
Yes, am I right to thinking? My thought process is there.
Yeah.
That at that level it's probably too much to ask them complex questions on the move. Would I be right to
pull
say?
them on the side,
my there's I need to sort of pull over and talk about those because
easier, isn't it, when you pull over, because other things happen, and then you're going to be too much to to work on sometimes.
And on that again,
depend on your learners though. I mean, you got sometimes some good learners that really they're driving quite well. They're really good control on the car. Also, you can do on the move.
Okay.
So from here to our next stroke, quite far.
Yeah.
So if you're really confident with your learners, okay, he's okay with me. He's straight. You don't have many issues there. You can see driving very smoothly. You just observation. You can chat on the move. No problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's a lot of challenge on the movies, like lots going on, and roundabout coming up, traffic light coming up, and this or that. You may not get a chance to talk about it because you have to focus on other things. So I would just advise to just pull them on the side, and then talk about consequences and how again. Let's do that again. What are you going to do next time? And this or that, because that also it will cover feedback during the session, and also you're covering the core competences on that one. So basically, you're killing. They say two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice because you can cover both of them at the same time.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And that's it. Yeah. Do you have any question on that one?
No.
Clear?
Shall I give you feedback or shall I give you a go?
Yeah. Okay. So let's move off again. Okay. So you come back to prompting again. So if you want to maybe so that you're gonna do a little bit more.
Bit sooner, a bit more specific, I think.
Yeah, and then a specific. Good. When you say specific, what do you mean by that? Specific?
Because what I was asking you is, what do you do next? And that sort of gave you the leeway to signal or change gear, or it's so. Unless you're probably better, you might do that prompting, advanced prompting, in the fact that you've done it, you prompted and you've done a second prompt round, but probably not on the first one.
Yeah.
Because then you didn't know what I was necessarily asking you to do.
Exactly. So what would you have asked then?
So which mirrors do you need to look into? What speed you want? Which gear should you be in?
You did first round though.
I did on the guided. On the prompting, I asked you more sort of what should you do, and I think I should have just what mirror rather than telling you.
That's why I was delaying, isn't it? Because I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I do now? So you understand, Sharif, what's happening here, okay? Susan, absolutely right, okay? So what happened is so making more specific to your learners, because they don't know, they may forget, they have no idea what you're talking about, okay? So what mirror? When we're going to give signal? What speed? What gear? Is it safe to turn? Okay, and so on. Okay, or when you're going to give a signal? Where are you going to give a signal? Where are you going to look now? So a bit more like a specific there is more easier for them to follow up. If you say someone like, okay, say you approach the roundabout, what we're going to do now? What's going on? So I'm going right, fifth exit, zebra crossing in front of me, cars overtaking next to me, undertaking on the left, so much going on. What do you do now? You see what I mean? Yes. That's going to be like, hang on a minute. they actually may not do nothing at all.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, a bit more specific on that, on the prompting. Okay.
Okay.
So shall we do that again then?
I think we should do that again.
Okay. So I'm gonna move off then, and then we'll do yours. Okay.
Okay.
All yours. Can I just put my sunglasses on?
Yeah, you look much
Sun a
cooler.
little bit, yeah. Look cooler, isn't it?
Yeah, just don't grow a beard.
Yeah. Men in blacks. Men in black. Okay. Cool. So I'm on the game now, so we can start up now. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
So, as we discussed, when we come to the next junction, I'm just going to prompt you. So, we just ask some questions to try and make sure that we do take the right responses.
Right, okay.
Okay, if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, so we see that little yellow car.
Yeah, came
So it's
out
going there?
nowhere. Or there.
Well, there even.
Yeah.
So, at the junction ahead, I'd like
Yeah.
you to turn left, please. So, when do you think we need to check our mirrors?
Probably about. I need to go around this
Yeah,
car,
so
so
you need to check your mirrors for that
checking
first,
my
don't
mirror,
you?
right mirror.
And then where do you think you need, what signal do you need to give?
Check my mirror left right now.
Yeah,
The
okay.
signal about left, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Signal left.
So what speed and gear do we want on the approach?
Second gear and about 10-15
Yeah,
miles.
okay, so. And where are we going to look to make sure it's safe for us to go?
Look at the road I'm turning.
And where else do we need to look?
Oh, the right.
That's
So
it.
that
Anywhere cars can come from.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. So make sure we're turning early enough.
Okay.
It's a little bit late turning there. That's because your observation was a bit late, so we're going a
Yeah.
bit too far past.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to try and improve on the next one.
Okay.
So we're going to make sure that we get our observation in nice and early so we can get our position correctly. Good. Nicely weighted because it's not safe for us to go through.
Oh, he let me
Okay,
go.
they're now
Yeah.
letting you go. But you've got to make sure, because whose priority was it?
It was him.
It
so-
was, so you did the right thing. So we're going to turn left again at the end of the road. So
Okay.
when do we look in the mirrors?
No.
Okay. When do we signal?
About now.
Yeah. What speed and gear do we want?
Second gear, maybe
And that's
open
it, that's
junction.
it. So we have a look now. Full observation. So right, left and right again.
Okay.
So on that last junction, you're a little bit late looking back to the right. I think I had to prompt you a bit more on
Sorry,
that one.
yeah.
So what do you think the consequences could be if you didn't actually look again to the right before you moved off, before you pulled out?
It's got a car coming then.
Yeah, because you could miss a car, couldn't you? And
Yeah.
if you missed a car and you pulled out, what could happen?
Crash into them.
You could crash into them. We don't really want that, do we, on our lesson?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? What's your minimum
Look earlier.
What's your minimum observation before you go out of the junction?
I don't know, I'm a bit confused on this one.
Okay.
I don't know in
So
what order.
the minimum is right, left, and right. Okay, so we're going to turn left at the end of the road.
Okay.
So which signal?
Yeah.
Which gear do you need?
Maybe first go on this one.
Yeah, that's good.
Can't see.
So remember, your observation should be minimum.
Yeah.
So what's your minimum observation?
So can you give me that order? So where should
Yeah.
I look
Okay.
first?
So where do you think we should look first? Where's the car's going to come from?
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
wait. Don't go at the moment.
Okay.
Then we look left to make
Yeah.
sure it's clear into the road, and then we look right again to
One
make
more
sure it's
drive.
still safe.
Okay.
And then if we're happy at that point, it's
Yeah.
safe. We look into the left before we start to move.
Oh, okay. So I look right first.
Yeah. So wait,
Then left.
Yeah.
Then right. Yeah.
I'd like you to just pull over in a safe place. So we're just going to have a quick chat about that. 'Cause it's something obviously we need to make sure we understand clearly.
Sure.
Okay, lovely. So your approach is much better, but you just seem
Yeah.
a little bit unsure about minimum observation or sufficient
Yeah.
observation at your junction.
Okay.
So, can you remember what I said was the minimum observation?
I don't know what you mean minimum. I mean, can be maximum.
Minimum means what the least amount of looking we should do
Yeah.
to make sure that we're safe. So the least
Okay.
amount of looking to make sure we're safe is
Yeah.
looking right to see if there's what. So what we're looking right for.
Cars.
Okay, because it's important we understand why we're doing it,
Yeah.
otherwise we won't do it properly. So, and that what decisions are we making at that point when we've looked to the right, do you think?
Go or not go.
Yeah, go, don't go. Is there a car? Isn't there a car?
Yeah.
And then I said, the next thing I said is we needed to look to the left. So what are we looking for then?
Maybe pedestrians and
Yeah.
cars and
Yeah.
anything.
We're going to make sure it's safe to turn left, because it might not be.
Yeah.
We're not going to turn left if there's some school children crossing, are we? Because that's
Okay.
dangerous. We'd way behind the line.
Okay.
Now, when we've done that, why do you think I might be telling you to look back to the right again? What do you think could have happened?
I don't know that one because I already looked once in it, so it should be okay then.
Okay, but
so I have to look again.
So what do you think could happen in the time between us looking back to the left and looking to the right? What do you think could have happened?
Could be another car.
Could be a car, yeah.
Something. Maybe things have changed.
Yeah. Do you remember earlier we were driving down the road, it looked clear, and that little yellow car came out of its drive, didn't it, out of nowhere? That could happen on that road there, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so could you see now where even if it looked clear when we first looked, something could have changed in that time?
Okay.
And if we don't look back, what's going to happen?
Crash into them and accident.
We could pull out because we think it's clear and it's not, and we have an accident. Okay, so that's a minimum. That's a minimum amount we do. That's if everything looks okay, it looks clear, right, or we can see the car a long way away, nothing left, and we know it's clear, right. So that's the least we do. We might need to do more. When do you think we might need to do more observation?
And more cars?
There's more cars, or there's a car coming, and there's several cars coming down, so we would be looking around, looking for our gap, and we don't just do right, left and right. We'd keep looking.
Okay.
We're looking because things are changing all the time. Because again, even to the left, the longer we're waiting for cars, if we've only looked to left at the beginning, for the same reason, it could have all changed again. So we keep looking up and down the road until we've established it's safe.
Okay then.
Okay, any questions about that? Do you understand that a little better now, or would you like me to explain it further?
No, I think I'm fine now, yeah.
Okay, shall we have a go at that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Just come out role play. That was good, well done. You pull up on the left, chat about it, make understand. That's really good. I mean, he did it quite right here because he's not sure, and then you sit. If he's still turning left to right, and then things are happening, and then you may actually miss to teach that. Yeah, that was very good. You stop and then you do QA with that one. Yeah, that was actually that was really good. Now the feedback during session. So what could have you done also on this one? Feedback so for how we're turning left now. Add on prompting.
Yeah.
And this one together. So like some question maybe. Okay. So how do you also how you feel about actually turning left now? About your speed because I'm prompting you now. How do you feel about it now this time? Okay. So then same time. Okay. So what we're gonna do now? Okay. As well as. So how about this round? We're going to do the drive off again. We're going to turn left again. How about this time? Would you like me to just leave you alone, let you do yourself? Yeah? Are you comfortable to do yourself? Okay. And then now regarding the minimum observation, yeah, would you like me to, on that particular point, case, yeah, would you like me to remind you on that one? Would you like to have a go yourself, or you just basically you want me to guide you through it? You can, yeah? And then go for it. So this is how I would have link him together because we chat about that, isn't it, right now? Yeah. So now you have to actually work onto it with him to make sure that you understand, so you can, you know, put it in nice order. Put the feedback together, put that together. So that one independent, yeah. Yes. And they were talking about now this one. Yes. Maybe need the guiding, maybe need prompting, or depend off your student. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to have a go with it? Yeah, of course. Yeah? I'll just put the seatbelt off, and then we can go on. Yeah. So. I think we've clarified the observation at the end. Right, okay. I think you understand that better now, don't you? Yeah, I understand now.
So the rest of the junctions, I was happy about them. I think what particularly I liked on the last junction, which you haven't done before, was that you looked at the junction, you identified it was a closed junction, you went straight into first gear. Yeah. So for me, it looked like you